Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, I've decided to play Star Citizen. If I just get into it, got my cats in the background, so I figured I'd talk a little bit about it. Since this is a game that has still a lot of controversy, a lot of misunderstandings. People are still bashing it, scam, and so on. So I figured, okay, what is Star Citizen? What can you do? Is it actually worth even playing or even spending the $45 to get in? Yeah, I figured why not? Let's talk a little bit about it since. Um, It's something that, now, especially with supposedly Squadron 42 is supposed to come out this year, but now everyone's talking about it may not. Um, More and more people are actually jumping into the game itself now, because the game is a little more, I will say, stable, and a more fun uh, activities to add into the game that it's actually starting to feel like you're actually playing a game. And not only that, the fact that a new crafting system is going to be start being pushed out next month, or actually this month, in a few days. So I figured, why not? Let me talk a little bit about this. What's the game's all about? Why I love it so much, and hopefully everybody enjoys it. So I jump right into the game. So this is my hangar. It's called it's a persistent hangar. So everybody starts out with whenever you choose your location, you get your own little hangar. This persistent hangar. I have a small one because it's got a small ship, but everything that you do here kind of gets saved, and it stays here in your place. I started at New Babbage, so I may or may not have bought a few things in there. And this is the ship that I bought with the package, the Intrepid on here. So this is the only thing I spent real money on, and well, everything else I spend in-game currency on. These are just crates full of items that I've bought and found and on there. And so far, these are all
Welcome
my
to the
small
ASOS
ships
vehicle retrieval
that
system.
I've been able to buy with my in-game currency as well.
You're please visiting
Um,
again.
but yeah, I mean, it's a pretty I really enjoy the game on it, and I think one of the reasons why it is so fascinating is the fact that everything's like done up to scale, and there's so many things that well you can do. Here's the cargo elevator where you can move freight and things like this in and out. So yeah, so what can you do in this game? Well, there's a couple of things that you can do in here. You go to the contracts. This is your questing and everything on it. So you could do things like salvaging, hauling, mining, both both chip mining and hand mining, do deliveries, bounty hunting. There's of course the PvP aspect as well. They are collection quests where you uh, look for certain things on there. Investigation. It's a little quest line. Um, a really intense, kind of cool little quest line you can go and do and explore and go through the whole story. Then you have mercenary missions, which is kind of like a PVE versus like bots, and then there's different ones. There's fighting ships with your ship, and also actually killing things with the FPS, things like killing creatures. There's combat scenarios, fighting outlaws, and so on. And as you can see, there's a pretty intense amount of quests here you can do as well. Of course, you don't need to do mining um, quests to mine, but doing this like salvage quests, you earn extra money. These are the as well as being able to do something that you want to do. So the amount of things that you can do is actually was kind of ridiculous. To be completely honest, for something that is supposed to be a scam and there's nothing to do and so on, it's not bad. Of course, in this right here, once we deliver a package, so this is kind of like you're doing door dashing, which is I mean not bad. There's Planetary, which is just moving small within this system. And of course, even for hauling, there's also stellar and then interstellar. So interstellar will get you from to go to other systems because there's three of them. Then we have stellar, so this is within the system. And then you have hauling and planetary hauling. So this is just going uh, from processor above, right here locally. They don't pay a whole lot, but they're smaller and easier to do. See, very simple. So yeah, there is a ton to do if you like this sort of gameplay. Uh, so that's one of the reasons why I love this game so much. And not even that, it's also like kind of like the scale of it. So this is my ship, and unlike most games where you just kind of hit a button and you kind of become your ship, well, no, in this game it takes a little bit, of course, to a next level. Let me close the cargo. This is where you will put the cargo. Things like you're able to touch buttons outside your ship. It has cool animations, as well as, so it says ramp access. You actually have to go inside your ship. And what does that mean, going inside your ship? Well, there's different compartments and things in most ships. Like, for instance, this is your engineering terminal for the Intrepid. And here you could do things like presets for power presets. There's a 3D view where everything is in your ship. When it comes to power, turning things on and off, it gives you readouts. So this is where everything is when it comes to my hull, my armor, my cooling system. Of course, it's not on, so you could get actual live readouts. And what's cool is, for instance, if you the cargo container, this actually lowers it and turns it on, and that's right, you have access to the containers that you were going up and down. So it's just very cool. The same thing on the other side. Things like fire extinguishers, because you can actually, if you're in a dogfight, you could actually, ship can catch on fire. You have to actually use a fire extinguisher to turn it off. And then things like living quarters, for those that enjoy the RP. You have a bed because you can in fact log out in your bed, in your own ship, outside, so you don't have to go back to port. Things like personal storage, so you can keep things in here like food and so on, extra guns and whatever else you want to put in there. Things like a gun rack. See, kind of cool. One of them is a tractor beam, the other one's for repairs. You could put actually like a big long rifle here. You could actually put some decorations here, which I probably will, on here, and then you can close it so they can stay in place, and then you have kind of make it your own little own. And I believe this is where you'll be able to. Is this the? I think this is the suit locker that will become, or you'll be able to do loadouts. No, it's like a whole thing. And this is the bath. That's right. There's a bathroom, toilet, shower. Sure, it's just for RP purposes, but the fact that they added that in there, it's just cool. It's just a fun little thing to have. So it's not just they try to make this as functional as possible. And then you go to the cockpit, and that's when things start to change. For now, right here. This is actual fuses because they can blow and you have to replace them in the middle of a fight. And the other components are right there live next to you. And then of course you go here. If the radar system gets blown, you can try to fix it so you have radars. And the bottom right here is for the a battery system, I believe, that's supposed to be added later on. And then so there, let's sit down and check it out. So the whole game is about immersion, right? It's about being immersed in this environment on here. So there's little cool things like you holding F, you can have a free look, and then well, things like in a cockpit that buttons actually do work. Of course, there you don't have to use these. You could actually use shortcuts on it, but if you want to get more immersed, you can. And since VR support is semi on, eventually all this will become available. So when you're in VR, you could toggle things in here, and as well, these screens actually do have function. It's not just there for looks. I could change, settings here. How do I want my guns? I like to usually keep it like this. I don't like to fade the pips. And I like to magnify this and individual pips. That's how usually I like it. And then different flight and gunnery. So yeah, so it's just not just they're not just there for looks. The fact that they're they're for something. I could change the power settings on different systems for right here. So it just adds the whole immersion of it. And then, of course, doesn't end there. For instance, I'm in my hangar. How do I leave my hangar? Well, first of all, you have to actually ask for the hangar, which I just did. And wait a second, and then
you're all set to go.
Hangar request completed. So if I turn around because I'm facing on there, that's right. My hangar is being opened for me. Of course, I have my landing gear still down. So now I'm gonna bring my landing gear up. And once, I got the cue. And then I'm off. And now I'm flying around. And these are also other players here as well. And yeah, it's actually really nice. And they have another thing is the cinematic view, where you can see outside the ship. And you could fly and kind of really take it all in. And it's not just that you can see, it's like you could actually, this is ice. So if I wanted to, I could say, oh, can I land here? Of course you can. It's iced over, so why not? My cat. Continuing on. And I should have probably. Well, it's better safe than sorry. Because everything's to scale. He seems that is close by, but really, in all reality, it's not. And we're getting closer. There you go. Yeah. Well, let's say you just want to stop in and explore. You can. Of course, it's cold out there, so let me put my helmet on. There you go. Now I'm outside. Yep, we came from there. Now we're here. You can do this just about anywhere. Of course, there are some places that you could get trapped fast, shot down, but you gotta be careful. But hey, that's part of the adventure. That's part of the whole adventure of playing this game. And then now I'm back to flying around again and just really taking the scenery in, because really is just a gorgeous game, which is why so many people play or attempt to play it, because really can't get this type of immersion and beauty anywhere. Like, this game is truly unique. And this is just one of many planets and moons that you could investigate. So let's go outside into space, because this is in fact a space game. So I just look at the atmosphere and I point myself up, full thrusters, and well, let me just not climb. Climb, climb, climb. These are all points of interest. Let's. Oh, and there it is, Port Tressler. It really is 141,000 kilometers because there's no loading screen at all. So if it's kind of like No Man's Sky. If you ever played No Man's Sky, you kind of like understand the gist of what they're doing here, and boom, quantum travel, but no load screen, and yes, you have to go fly to the different stations. And my guy is breathing hard because of the G's, because in fact they have, they use simulated physics, so increasing your G's will make your dude pass out. He will black out. You won't be able to see anything. And yeah, you could slam, on things like the space station. So you have to be kind of careful.
Shields on.
So let's dock. I request for a hangar.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
All right. Please proceed to the landing bay. Oh, I'm in queue. That's right. There is a queue sometimes. Why? Because there's other people playing. This is New Babbage. So New Babbage is in fact close to a starting zone. So this station is always pretty busy. So there's, as you can see, the limited amount of spaces around. You got medium hangars on the inside. There's the small hangars. There's also pads here you could land as well. But I want to show you guys the inside of it as well, because it's not that there's just a station, you hit a button, you go in, and it's small. No. Like you can go a little, do exploring in here. Some people may not like this and stuff, but it's about immersion. It's about, like, there's a lot of people playing. So in here, so yeah, now boom, now request complete. So now I can go. And the fact that you get to see people going in and out is just amazing.
Attack on shields.
I don't know why I'm getting attacked by Port Tressler. I think it's a bug.
Failure.
Oh yeah, I did say you can get attacked. You can get blown out by the space station. But I have my respawn point, so I kind of cheated. But there we go. It's also, depending on where you have your respawn, is where you go if you, let's say, get blown up. Like me, I panicked because I'm getting shot at. So yeah, there we go. So now I'm inside the space station. Exactly how I wanted it to check. So that station is in high alert for some reason. Who knows what happened? But the game is a little buggy. Yes. But there's, I don't know, I guess there's all the things that you can do and cannot do. So if I wouldn't have blown up like I did, I would have gone through this elevator right here, would have brought me here. And then things like I will be able to go to the medical clinic. There's that over there. There's food. You can, it's a survival game. So things like buying food. That's right. You have to eat. That's right. You also have to drink. I mean, it's part of the immersion, right? You throw away your trash. You can call other ships here as well.
Welcome to the ASOP
Might as well call my Intrepid that just got destroyed. This is how you will call it. You do an insurance claim.
claim has been sent.
It'll be like 5 minutes on it,
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
or I could pay
Your
the
insurance claim
premium
has been, thank you.
to get it back faster,
Welcome
like in a minute.
to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
But there's more things that you can do here as well. So while we wait for that, you could do this right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. When I say it's beautiful, looking outside, and it's a live. It's not like it's a live shot of the outside, so you could kind of see the scale when you're flying around. So when you see a ship flying by here, it's an actual ship. It's like ridiculous. It's yeah. I just can't get enough of it. And then depending on what the place you go to, they have other functions in here besides that, different floors. So this one has a cargo center or like a galleria. Galleria is kind of like the mall. So this one has a mall. That's right. And what this mall does? Well, I think, for instance, this one sells components for ships. And then we'll go around here. Then there's a food court for food. I already ate. Thank you. I believe they have plan of actually making all this work again, so you could actually just play little mini games. And of course, selling things like armor, guns, and you could just buy them, straight off the shelf, or use the kiosk, which is cool. So you got ammo, guns, ship components. What else? What else we have? You could sell commodities if you're transporting, gold and you want to sell it. You could do that here. And this one, they're not all the same. They're sometimes different. Not all of them have the same things. So it just keeps going on and on. Then we go down here. What is this? Oh, more stuff. Now, instead of just buying not just clothing, because maybe you just want to RP, you want to look good, you want to dress good, you want to wear some designer shoes, jackets, shirts, pants, look at that, different hats. And see, that's what you want to do. You can. This is what I'm talking. Here's a bar. Yes, you can in fact get drunk. You could buy beer and get drunk. Sit around here and RP. Eventually, the pool tables will actually be able to and do this as well. This is something that they do have, in fact, are planning on adding. So they're slowly adding more things to it. So again, when people talk about the game being a scam, there's nothing to do. It's one of like the best scam I've ever. Really is. And I've had so much fun. It, of course, it's janky. It's got problems. It crashes. Your station might decide to murder you for no reason whatsoever. You don't know. But when you go outside of that and you fly through a planet and you see the sight, beautiful sights, you land there, you start going hunting wildlife, or you do some mining, or you go into the moon, do the big jumps and do some hand mining. It's the whole experience that brings you back. Like, it just captures you in a way that I haven't been captured in a very, very long time. So that's why this is my forever game. This is the game that I've always wanted, and I hope I hope it never goes under. This is why we give money to it. This is why we'll stay in it. It's just because it's such an amazing game so far, and we see the potential. So yeah, this is my take. This is Star Citizen, um, and yeah, I hope people give it a real shot. I know they're talking about. I know that now that there'll be no more server wipes. You know, as you gain things on it, you don't have to worry about losing it until now, until the game releases. So if this is a game that is never going to release, that means that things that you get now, you'll never lose in game. It's a good deal, I think. So yeah, let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about Star Citizen. And yeah, I hope I'll get to see you guys in the verse.